All right, hi guys, we're doing our strawberry fan today. So our strawberry fan garnish. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to kind of hold my strawberry by its greenery, okay? And from here I'm using my paring knife and I'm going to make small slices that are almost reaching the top of the strawberry, but I'm cutting down and through all the way, being mindful of my fingers, right? Because this is a paring knife. And now from here, you can see that I'm not, it doesn't look like it, but then if I slide my strawberries out, they're still connected at the top, but I get this nice little garnish that I can put at the corner of one of my plating techniques. All right, so now we are gonna do our strawberry rose. So the first thing I'm gonna do is, again, I'm gonna collect those little greeneries. I'm gonna use a fork though, and I'm going to hold that down in the bottom because now I have more leverage. So again, I am using my paring knife. I'm gonna clean that off. And the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm like angling down when I cut. So I'm gonna come in through the sides. I wanna be pretty low inside of this. And I'm going to use my knife as like my fingers. I'm not gonna pull with my fingers, I'm gonna pull with my knife. So this first round, you can see I have a layer and a layer, and I'm using my knife to pull those layers out. Now, I'm not gonna go directly in front of this. I'm gonna go to the corner. So I'm gonna make a little cut down in the corner, down in the corner. And like this is one of those things where we're cutting towards ourselves, not away from ourselves. So we need to be really careful with those paring knives. So again, now I'm going to pull out the strawberry. You can see now I have almost like that second layer of strawberry. And then from here on my top, I'm going to just make a 1 and a 2. And then I'm going to use that to kind of come out. It's gonna be a little hard to see on video, but now you can see I have almost a strawberry rose. So now we're gonna do dusting. So the very first thing is I'm using a sifter. You can see I do not have a ton. A little goes a long way when it comes to dusting. You should not be overfilling this. Also, when you're done using your sifter, it does not go back in the bin. You have to clean it, okay? So I have a spoon. Typically you do a shape. So I'm gonna go over my spoon. I'm going to use the side of my hand to hit over. And you can see it's just a light dusting to start. And then I can keep going as much as I want to get my dust. And then when I pick up my spoon, you can see the outline of my spoon with a little bit of dusting of powdered spider web. Now I'm gonna need 2 different colored sauces, and then I'm gonna need a toothpick. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use the tip of my sauce and I'm going to create a circle, and I'm going to fill that circle in. I can use my toothpick to help with this, so I'm not gonna go too over the top. Once I'm here, I'm going to spread that caramel sauce so it reaches all points. Remember, we're not trying to go crazy with sauces when we do these things, just because we want to make it all the way through what you actually want to eat. Now, I went in with my lighter color and I'm going to do a dot in the center of my darker color, and I'm going to do a circle on the outside. You can see I'm trying to keep myself controlled. Now from here, I'm going to take my toothpick and I'm going to go through the center over and over again until I look like I have a spider web. Now I'm gonna be doing the heart drag. So the same idea as our spider web, I'm flooding the area first, as we'll call it, okay? And again, I can go in with my toothpick, kind of just make sure it's nice and spread out, right? This is about patience and having technique, not about how fast you can go. So from here, now I'm going to make 3 dots. You can do more if you have a bigger plate. And now through the 3 dots, I'm gonna start above the dot and I'm gonna pull down and through, and I can continue connecting them. And then you can see I have my little hearts. Next one I'm gonna be doing dots, a spiral, and a spoon smear. So you have 3 different ones. So the first one I'm gonna start with are my dots. I can make these a variety of different sizes. So I can either do little dots, which you can see because I'm just using this bottle, my strawberry sauce is just a little bit sticky, but I'm pushing down and pulling up, trying to get that to make a nice one. But I can go in and I can squeeze a larger amount, and I can do bigger dots depending on what the size of my food would be. Then I'm gonna do a spiral, which a spiral is right, it circles inside of each other. So I'm gonna start and I'm going to go around and around and around. Now I could do this bigger, smaller, tighter. It is up to you. And then the last one I'm gonna do is a spoon smear. So with the spoon smear, you're gonna kind of think of it like a big dot. I'm gonna make a nice hole. And then when I go through this, the biggest thing is that you do not wanna push your spoon down into the parchment paper. I'm going to lightly graze it and pull down. So if I want it to end, like this can be abstract when it comes down and isn't connected, or I can pull that all the way down so my spoon smear is like a nice big pretty smear.